We're live. Hello, everyone. We're here with Brit Girls Go Stateside, and we are celebrating their YouTube milestone, 1,000 subscribers. So we're so happy for you.
Thank you, Jessie.
I know it'll continue to grow just exponentially. So I'm so happy for you. You guys do a lot of stuff that is so beneficial to so many people. So I'm glad to see it growing, and I know it'll have a snowball effect.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice.
So how did it feel when you hit that number?
Oh, we could hardly speak, could we?
No, and for the Brit Girls, that's very unusual, but we were lost for words. We were just so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it for so long and you never think you're going to quite get there. And then when you do, it's kind of surreal.
You expect everyone to just unsubscribe at once.
Yeah.
Well, it must feel so great really knowing that people appreciate what you're doing, because you guys put a lot of time and effort into what you're doing, and to see those numbers go up, that must have be a really great feeling.
That is honestly the best thing, you know, the fact that people come out and support us and leave such lovely comments and watch our videos and connect with us during our lives. It's honestly amazing. Like, we didn't expect this level of support and community. We didn't know that we would find that when we started YouTube. So it really it's so wonderful. It's such a great feeling.
Yeah, so thank you everybody who supported us. You know, we really do appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yes.
So my I didn't type that correctly. So let me see if I can. No, I can't edit it. It's out there now forever. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, we make many a typo.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. That's the scary thing, you know, when Lucy edits a video, she says, check everything I've written. And just occasionally, even though you do, there's something that slips by.
Yeah, and someone will always notice.
Yes.
And that little tiny blip between the cuts, you know, when you're trying to edit all together.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
So my first question is did you well, I guess this would be about my third question already, but my question is, did you move to the United States specifically to start this YouTube channel?
No.
That would be real commitment, wouldn't it?
Oh my goodness, yes.
That's obvious to me.
No, well, you start, because you moved here first, I guess, Mum.
Yeah, I moved here just over 10 years ago because I met my American husband when he was working in England. So we lived there for a while, and then he had to come back for work to the United States. So I came back with him.
Mm. And then I was visiting Mum about 6 years ago on vacation, and she kind of set me up. My husband's mum and my mum are friends, and they're like, "Oh, you have a daughter? Oh, well, I have a son. Maybe they should meet." And
see, mums always know best, don't they, Jessie? Mums always know best.
That's right.
In this case, I can't argue, because we've been married now just over 4 years. So I moved here about 4 years ago.
Very cool.
Yes.
So let's see, we have 811 Moon on. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
It must be kind of a culture shock to move here. Not only the people so different, but the climate and everything, to get used to all of that.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you still miss stuff about England? I don't know what towns you were from.
Well, we're from Norfolk, and I was born in West Norfolk. Lucy was born in Norwich, which is the main city. I really miss, obviously you miss the people, obviously that's a given, but I really miss the culture, you know. I miss going down the pub, you know, having a bit of a banter with my friends. I miss the history, because living in Arizona, there's not much historical architecture. I mean, where we live, the history goes way back beyond, the Romans. It goes to Stone Age, I mean, we've got so many historical buildings. And so I miss that sense of history and place, I would say, most of all. And living in Arizona, I miss the greenness of England, but I don't miss the rain.
Yeah, except for right now, right? Because we're in the drought.
Yeah.
Just a little rain would be nice.
Yes.
It got up to about 120 something today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a bit different, but I would take it over the snow.
Yeah.
Oh, is there snow where you lived there?
Yeah, not as bad as some of the places, that America has. Some of the northern states have it terribly, but we do get snow. Yes,
it's just scattering or a little bit, a couple of inches, maybe once or twice a year. Not really very much. Not where we used
like drizzly rain, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have In the Kitchen with Karen on. She
hello.
Lucy and Julie.
Hi.
My alarm went off. And another question that I really, really wanted to ask is, because I'm pondering this for my own channel, do you make videos that you guys want to make, or do you make videos that you think are on trend or something that people want to see? Because I know that people talk about that a lot, which one do you go for? Do you go for what's trendy, or do you go for what's in your heart, kind of?
I would say it's about 50-50, isn't it? I would be lying if I didn't say we've done some things because we think that they will be popular. And we do consider our own subscribers too, and the kind of things that they tend to like. If something has gone well in the past, we'll do something similar. But there's some things that we've done just because they mean a lot to us. Like we did an Earth Day video, which is kind of offbeat for us, but it's something that we care about sincerely. We've also done some things for like charities. We've done things involving our family, to preserve, like we've done interviews with my grandparents about their like wartime memories and childhood memories to kind of preserve those times. And it's kind of half and half, isn't it? And sometimes we've been surprised. We've done something that we think, we're doing because we care about it, and then it's kind of flown. So it's hard to really know what will take off.
And it's really lovely because sometimes somebody will request something and you think, oh my goodness, where are we going to go with this one? And when you get into it, like the latest one is British snooker versus American pool. I thought, oh my goodness, where do we go here? But we kind of made fun of the balls element, sorry. Did a lot of innuendo, as well as explaining the rules. And we actually really enjoyed it.
Oh, I love that one, yeah.
Something and run with it. And, we'd have never dreamed of making a video about that. But actually, it was something we really enjoyed and this, we were really pleased with in the end.
Cool.
Yeah.
It sounds fun when you're making a video that's fun, that's really fun to watch. Oh, I forget that I can add stuff to the screen. I'm still learning this.
That's clever. Hello, Molly.
Hello, Molly. Yeah, just have flash on the screen.
That was really cool.
And she's asking if we live near. We're all in Arizona.
Sorry.
It was a compliment.
Layla, I'm live currently.
And let me
just 1 second.
Sure. D3 and Karen want to do the collab with me.
Oh,
I was thinking about that. Did you guys see that? The collab with
I've just watched Molly do the Betty Crocker with the wonderful outfit, Betty Crocker outfit. I've just literally watched that just a little while ago. But the 1950s collab would be fun.
Oh, we'd love to.
As long as we don't have to cook or anything, Molly.
I was wondering how to fit my channel into the 1950s and trying to think about how you would how someone would have done a psychic reading from the 1950s.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I think I need a tent and a bunch of jingly jewelry, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, go for it. That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be very different, Jessie, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We've done videos about the 1950s, and when we did our my parents, Lucy's grandparents' courting days, and when they first got married. So we have done a couple of videos about the 50s, and we've done videos way back in time about the Regency period.
I'm trying to think.
What do you want us to concentrate? What aspect, Molly? Let us know.
Let me show this comment.
Oh yeah, 1950s music. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We could do music, couldn't we?
We could.
Yeah. So, and Karen in the kitchen says, yeah, I saw that, Molly. That would be fun. That would be fun, I think.
Yeah, that would.
I think we could do it. And Bill is on, and he says hi. And Molly says I should do that. So we'll give it a try. And Karen, you could do a cocktail drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cocktails were big in the 50s, weren't they?
Yes. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, we'll have to give a cocktail a try.
Yeah.
So we can drink one whilst we're doing our talk.
Yeah.
So how many videos do you think you guys have done? Do you have a count of how many videos you have out?
Oh,
200. It's around 230.
Wow. And how many of those do you think are collaboration?
Oh my gosh. Including all our live interviews? Maybe about 30% of them. Is that about right, Mum, do you think?
yeah, because we do share the live Sunday, don't we? A live once every Sunday, and when we've done some interviews and some collabs before, yeah, maybe 30%. Yeah,
maybe like 30 to 40% of them, if I was to guess.
That's really good. So you're Share the Love Sunday. You interview other YouTubers from around the country, right, or around the world? Just
around the world. Yeah, around the world. I mean, from all over, really. Yes, it is so interesting because you learn so much about them personally, and also about different cultures and different parts of the world. And it's been really, really fascinating, and it's a wonderful thing for us, experience for us, hasn't it, Lucy?
Yeah, and you feel like you get to know people so much better after you've done a live with them. Like you watch their channel and, you get to know them that way. But like talking to them like this for an hour or however long it lasts, you really connect and takes it to a whole other level.
Yeah, I am just amazed at how many people I've met from doing this. It's been so amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one of the most wonderful things, connecting with the other YouTubers and connecting with the viewers. There are so many supportive viewers that you kind of get to know, and that was a huge surprise, and that's very endearing. Yeah.
Yeah, and getting the comments on a video is like such a prize.
Yes.
Is there a specific way that you guys go about asking for comments or anything or what do you do that you think get you more comments?
We usually ask specific questions, don't we, to kind of help people out a bit, if they want to comment, but they don't know what to say. Like we just did a video about chip butties, which is like a sandwich filled with chips. And for our British viewers, we asked, what do you call it? Because there's a lot of, not controversy, but like people have like strong opinions as to what it's called. So we asked them to put what they call it in the comments, just to start people off. I think sometimes we're quite surprised how often people respond to our questions.
Yeah, how do you find it? Yeah.
I haven't done any of that in any of my videos, so I'll need to add that in.
Yeah, and like very often we'll just put comment now up on the screen.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can leave us a comment.
that should work too, huh? Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna get more information on the collaboration. So she'll send us that stuff out. And what's one of the main things that you want people to get from your videos? I suppose it's different over every video. You want people to get different things from different parts of your videos. But is there one central theme, do you think?
I don't know if this is a bit cheesy, but we always say we hope that people leave our channel feeling a little bit happier than when they came to our channel. You know, we want people to enjoy themselves, have a laugh, maybe learn something that they didn't know already, and just generally feel good. It's a feel-good channel overall, isn't it? You know, occasionally we discuss some more serious topics, perhaps, but we usually do it in a very Brit Girls way with a lot of smiles and jokes and fun stuff. So. Yeah, I think that's what I hope people get out of it. Just a feeling that they've had fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I certainly feel that way from watching your videos. Like I do think that it's fun and it's also educational. I think that it does, just teach me a little bit about British life that I would not have been able to learn from anywhere else.
Oh, that's so great.
Thank you. It's amazing how many times people say, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't realize that." And we try and do it the other way around from the for the Brits to say, "Oh, I didn't know that about America," but we don't always feel so confident about that side in case we get it a bit wrong, and people soon tell us. But we do try and do it from both sides. But obviously, mainly we find it more in our comfort zone, I would say, to talk about the British side of life.
Yeah, but then if you get something wrong, people really rip into you.
Oh, Brits are terrible. Oh my God, they're brutal. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You just kind of have to expect some negative stuff along the way, right?
Yeah.
So what's your plan for like overcoming that when that does happen? I'm sure it's very rare, but I've had people make some comments. I'm like, how did they even come up with that?
Yeah.
Sometimes you think, where on earth did that come from? Because it's like nothing to do with our videos sometimes.
Yeah.
We have made a couple of videos about negative feedback and things that we've received and things that people have said about us or about our videos. In general, I would say that we tend to ignore it, or if it's horrible, we will delete it. We don't often respond unless it's something where people are maybe disagreeing with you. I think that's very different from people being nasty. If they just have a different opinion and maybe they haven't said it in the nicest way, we might respond to something like that and say, "Oh, well, this is why," or have an argument. But in general, we don't do a lot of negativity because that's not really what we're about. We make these videos in the hope that we can raise a bit of awareness about online bullying and online hate and all of that stuff, but we don't very often engage with it.
No.
Good. Yeah, because I think that that's part of creativity. Anything that you're creating at any time, there's always somebody that's going to say, "Well, I don't like that."
Yes.
Yeah. You just wish they'd just move on to watch a different video. I can't understand people pressing the thumbs down and putting a nasty comment. I mean, it just says more about that person than anything else, I think. And, but it is a serious issue. Some people suffer terribly from online bullying. So although we kind of read our comments out to make a joke of them, we also wanted to put the message across that it is hurtful and that people really do suffer through it. But you just can't let the haters get you down.
We're not going to let it stop us.
No. And I think that's the beauty of it too, right?
Yeah.
You can just keep going no matter what they say. You can do whatever you want to do.
It's a view, it's a comment, so it's a plus for us, isn't it?
Yeah. And in a weird way, they're actually helping your channel because engagement will boost your videos. Even a thumbs down will boost your video. A lot of our mean comments come from Facebook. So when people are chatting on there saying some nasty stuff, it makes your video more seen. And I think sometimes it encourages people to click because they're like, "What's all this drama about?"
We can just sort of like the blue touch paper and stand back. on Facebook. Yeah, mostly it is Facebook rather than YouTube, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does have a more of a supporter following. The bullies have stayed away. Do you feel the same about this also?
Do you mean, Molly, that since people have started supporting us more, people feel less inclined to like bully and be mean? I don't know. What do you think, Mum?
I think the more successful you get, I think the more negative comments you get, because of just you're getting more views and you're getting more people see you. And I guess the really successful channels get quite a lot because it's a lot of jealousy and people like to sort of, say stuff, and they don't really maybe think about hurting somebody who's really famous and maybe making a lot of money. So I think that aspect grows with your channel. But I can see what Molly is saying. If everyone's writing such lovely comments and positive things, then, somebody just throwing out something hateful looks pathetic, doesn't it, really? When there's that good stuff. So I can see your point there, Molly. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to show this comment. After knowing you guys, I want to go to England more. It's really cool.
That is really cool. Oh, yeah, if we can inspire people to go and visit, that would be awesome.
See, and this one, it only has 2 main comments.
Yeah,
I don't know how the Karen thing started, but
no, it's so random, isn't it?
It's so fair. I know. I think all the Karens I know are lovely. So
that's me too. All the Karens that I know are really wonderful people.
Yes, that's true.
So I kind of touched on this before, but what do you like the most about making videos? What's your favorite part of making a video?
There's so many great parts. I know what you start, Lucy, because I think I know what you're going to say.
Well, my baby is like the editing process. And that's kind of where I put most of my energy, because I like seeing something like go from like nothing, like words on a paper where Mum brings it over, and then becoming something like a finished piece. That's incredibly gratifying and rewarding. And it also appeals to the perfectionist in me, because I get really like focused on the tiny details, and that's incredibly satisfying. But I think the whole thing is just so rewarding. I don't particularly enjoy, like, well, Mum does this. I used to do more, but like descriptions and SEO and all of that. But it's all part of it, isn't it? It's all part of making a video.
So what editing program do you use?
I use Wondershare Filmora.
Never heard of it.
I would recommend it if anyone's looking for it. You can actually download it for free, but if you want to export anything without the watermark, you have to pay. But you can pay like a one-off lifetime fee, and I think it's like $70 to get it, and then you've got it for good. Or you can pay monthly if you want to. But you can do so much. It's really, really powerful, but it's quite simple as well. It's very self-explanatory. And if anyone ever wants any like guidance or anything, then I'd be happy to help.
Cool. I use WeVideo, and I like that because it's a browser based, and so I can go to different computers and just pick it right up. So that's really convenient for me.
Yeah, that makes sense too, definitely.
And Julie, what about you?
Well, firstly, I love working with my daughter. That's an absolute joy. We get on so well, and it's so much fun. For the whole process, I do enjoy doing the research. I do enjoy, researching, and writing the script. We're more scripted than we used to be, although we're not always. And so I really enjoy that part of it. And I enjoy doing the thumbnails, and I enjoy getting the images, researching the images and graphics I can send to Lucy, because Lucy's part of the editing, as she said, she's a perfectionist, takes a long time. So I now try and help by actually providing her with some of the media that she can use, to put together for the whole editing. So yeah, so I will source photographs and things as well. So yeah, I enjoy all that part of it.
Nice. Yeah. So that's like a big thing to me. Some videos that I do are scripted and some are not. Do you guys prefer having a script all laid out and ready to go?
It's interesting because we've noticed our retention time goes up when we do scripted stuff generally, not always, because I think it's easier to follow because we tend to natter and go off topic or, talk very quickly, talk over each other like we're doing now. So it kind of cuts out some of those problems. I think if we're doing a more serious topic, definitely scripted stuff is helpful for people. But then we'll put in moments where it goes wrong, like bloopers and all of that. So it's not too perfect. But occasionally it's nice to do something where we're just talking, I think there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah. There's some things that I do, like on my other channel for Kathleen Retreats, that has to be scripted. It has to be very specific, what directions and what you do next and stuff. But the ones I'm doing now and interviewing people, it's harder to get that more nailed down. I try to script my side of it a little bit, but it's not always easy. So yeah. I think you kind of have to be up for whatever, right?
That's right. It's nice to go with the flow.
Yes. And Molly's asking if you have Julie.
Oh, do I have other children? Yeah, I've got a daughter, Katie, who lives in England, who's Lucy's younger sister. So I miss her terribly, and I may be going over to England soon. Oh, I don't know. And I've got a stepdaughter, lovely stepdaughter, Jenny, who lives in Chicago, and a step-grandson called Teo, who is adorable, who's 4. So, yes, I have Molly, yes.
I think that we all have some that need to be more scripted, and such. My daughter's video with me was not at all scripted.
Oh, that was
yeah. And I think that's nice too, because people can see, you being genuinely yourself, like how you are with your family or with your friends or just talking to the camera. And I think people like that, because sometimes everything on the internet can seem so rehearsed, and so perfect. So sometimes it's very nice to see something real.
Yeah, even the reality shows are scripted.
Very heavily edited.
So can you tell us, now that you've met this milestone, do you have like some new goals that you're setting for, or upcoming videos that you want to do since you've made this 1,000?
It's so funny you should ask that, because I was thinking, like, what should our next goal be? Because you focus so much on that 1,000 number, don't you? And that's like your goal. And it's so funny. I was talking to another YouTuber friend of mine. She's like, "Oh, congratulations, great job. Now the real work begins." And I'm like,
because there's more stuff that you kind of have to do, right? When you get that, there's some other requirements, kind of.
Yes, we're trying to sort that out now, because we're not like a married couple or an individual. We are going through we haven't, with this AdSense thing that you go into, which they send you all these details about being monetized. We are figuring out how we actually legally are as a team. Because, we
like with taxes
and stuff. Yeah. So we didn't really think about all that side of things, did we, Lucy, beforehand? So we're now having to do it.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's interested, but we decided we're going to set up a LLC, a limited liability company, and do it that way, just so, I don't expect anyone will sue us, but you never know. Then it's kind of like they can't touch your like personal assets. And that seems to be the easiest way to do it, with getting, tax forms and working out expenses, and things like that. There's so much to it that you don't necessarily think about when you start. But we decided we are going to treat this like a business, and just take it seriously, because, as my husband likes to say, there's no cap on what you can earn on YouTube. So you might as well dream big and take it seriously, and the sky's the limit kind of thing. And I think setting up an actual business will help us with the mindset of that.
Yeah, exactly. It gives us a focus.
That's one thing that I'm a Mary Kay consultant. I have been for about 15 years. And that's one thing that they say in Mary Kay is if you treat it like a business, it will be a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be a hobby.
Yeah.
And I think that LLC is a great idea. And so you would be co-owners then, and then you would just split whatever.
Yeah, it kind of, do you want to explain it, Lucy?
The advice we were given, my husband's an accountant, his boss has given us the advice that one of us should be the owner and pay 50% to the other one, because it will be easier when it comes to tax season to do it that way. And then just in the contract, we're going to have a contract. We're going to write down legally that the other person will have 50% of the YouTube channel's profits for as long as the YouTube channel is a thing. So one of us is going to be like the sole owner, and one of us is going to be, I guess, like a contractor, which sounds kind of like unfair, but it just sounds like it makes so much more sense. And it's also a little bit cheaper, and there's a lot of pros to doing it that way. If anyone knows better, then do let us know. But that's the advice we've given, and at the minute it sounds sound, doesn't it, Mum?
Yeah, and then that way you don't have to pay benefits and health insurance for the other one, right?
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, if they were an employee.
Vacation time, that's always,
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
That wouldn't be too bad.
Well, yeah, I think that's a good structure, and like you're saying, like treating it like a business. I think that's a really good plan.
Yes.
And because you never know what's going to happen with it.
You absolutely don't. And also, I suppose there's absolutely nothing wrong if you want to keep this as a hobby. There is nothing wrong with doing this for yourself, not caring about the profits. I know my dad, who's also just got monetized on his channel, he's actually going to give all his profits away to charity, because he's thinking about it differently. This is like a retirement project for him, and so he's got that mindset, which is different, and that's also a wonderful thing too. There's many different ways to look at YouTube, and it just depends what you want to get out of it, I suppose.
What is his channel?
It's called John Atkins Lost Norwich. It's about the city where I was born. It's all about history and things that I guess just like the history of Norwich, and he'll walk around.
It's like then and now. So he uses old photographs and present photographs. So he'll show a scene with the old photographs, like a pub that used to be there, a shop used to be there, or a street. Then he'll show it as it is now, and he'll talk about it and what happened to it and who lived there. And it's he's always been interested in that, and he's really, he started after us, and his subscribers.
One video every 2 weeks, he's...
And none of this sort of doing your tags, doing your SEO, watching other YouTubers, and none of it. He's really found a niche, but Lucy says he's doing it because he loves doing it, and he wants to leave a bit of a legacy, I guess.
So he is doing the videos that he wants to do. He's not. Yeah. That's
absolutely. Yeah.
And that sounds like the video that I've been editing that's going to come out on, I think, Wednesday. That sounds like the one that I've just done on my hometown.
Oh, great.
Nice. That'll be interesting.
Cool. And that was so fun to do, and to get the pictures and stuff, and to see how things change. So I can totally understand why he would love doing that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. What's in the chat here? I looked at your grandparents.
Oh.
You're so precious.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, Molly. They do mean an awful lot to us. And, you know, it's more than just a video for YouTube. It's like, that is like a legacy, you know, and you've got that video there forever. So, yeah, they are very precious to us. And we were so thrilled that they agreed to do those videos.
Yeah.
Because they were so nervous, bless them. They really were. But, you know.
They did great. They did so well.
I know. Yeah. Very proud of them.
And we've got, let me see this one. Karen, thanks for alerting me to this interview. Thanks for being on here.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you.
And Molly's asking, are you from Arizona? I am from Arizona. I haven't lived here all my life, but I am from here, and I'm living back in near the town where I grew up. So yeah, I'm an Arizona girl. It's a good place. Such a beautiful state. Have you guys been able to travel around Arizona a lot?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, obviously we've been to the Grand Canyon. We've been to Sedona, which is stunning.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to live in Tucson. I live in the Phoenix area now. We both do. Yeah. It's a beautiful state, isn't it? Much more so than you realize, you know, especially coming from the UK. I just thought it was more like desert, but it's not. Well, it is desert, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of variety that I don't think people expect.
Exactly.
No. Who knew there were so many different types of cactus? Like,
and that some of them are edible.
Yeah.
You can make prickly pear jelly.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
Good stuff. So what is your favorite thing about living in Arizona?
The scenery is a big one. The mountains, oh my gosh. Norwich and Norfolk are famously flat. That's like one thing that is known for, being very flat. But the mountain, like the size and the scale and like the huge amount of like sky, you know, when you come from a city, I was living in London before I moved here, and everything's very close. And you come here, it's just like you can breathe. It's just there's so much space, and yeah, just the wilderness. I don't know. I came here for the first time to visit Mum, and I just instantly fell in love with it. You know, the scenery is so spectacular.
Yeah, I love flying over Phoenix. I just absolutely love it. It's so great to be flying in and seeing all those houses and then the peaks. It's so amazing to me.
Yeah, it's very special.
Let's see. Flagstaff almost looks like the Midwest with all the green. Yep, that sure does.
Yeah,
it does. It's a great place. And let's see, I'm trying to see my questions in the darkness of my and I don't know if you have done this, if I missed a video on this, but I would like to see a video about English traditions and etiquette that you guys have abandoned since moving to the United States.
That is interesting. That's such a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Oh yes, write that one down, Mum.
You're writing it now, right?
Yeah.
And any American like traditions that we've adopted as well would be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah. And it might be that you might be more changed than me because you're younger. That would be interesting to see.
Less set in my ways.
Yeah, all right. I'm a bit more set in my ways. Yeah, being an older. But that's a great idea. We will definitely give it some thought.
Yes.
And then I have to ask, who is your favorite British actor?
Oh, wow.
Well, one of our favorites is Benedict Cumberbatch. And funnily enough, he featured in one of our latest videos.
Oh.
Yeah. Not that we know Benedict personally, but we interviewed a lovely friend of ours, Peter Barker, and his short story, his parents wrote love letters to each other during World War II. These were found after their death, and they were published in a book, and then they were performed live at theatres throughout the country and in New York by Benedict Cumberbatch playing Peter's dad, and Louise Brealey, who's in Sherlock as well, playing his mom. So
I remember seeing something about that. I think I might have just gotten into the video a lot and had to. I was distracted by something, but yeah, I remember seeing just like a little bit of that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are quite proud of that one. If anyone was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just watch one Brit Girls video in, the whole catalogue, that would be one that I would recommend, because we did put our little hearts and souls into it, didn't we?
Yes. And we did get permission to use those clips. Obviously, Peter has rights because the book and the letters are everything, that's his property. But we did actually get permission from Letters Live, who do the live shows to actually use small parts of the clip. So we were ultra careful, as we always are, because we're so worried about copyright.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. That's really cool. That's a really neat story.
Yeah, it is very special.
But yeah, who do you like? Who else do you like, Lucy? I mean,
oh well, I'm always partial to Sir Ian McKellen. I think, I love him. I adore him. I love him as a person. I love him as an actor. Like those type of that kind of era of actors was so special. Like the Judi Dench, Ian McKellen.
Oh, I was going to say Judi Dench. Yeah.
Like that, just world-class actors that are obviously getting very old now, and it's very special to be able to see them still doing what they do. It's
Maggie Smith. Yeah,
she was great. The best
he does what he does. Oh, hello, Eleanor.
Hi, Eleanor.
Hello.
Oh, it's lovely to be along.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So sweet.
I love the little doggy videos. Those are so adorable.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make some more of those, aren't we?
Yeah.
I have to say my favorite British actor is Hugh Laurie.
Oh yes.
And I don't know if a lot of people realize that he's British and all of the fantastic stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
Jeeves and Wooster and a bit of Brian Laurie and just so many great things that he did before he became House here. You can't tell that he is British at all on that show.
It was amazing when we found out he was doing House, because he speaks, in our opinion, with such a great American accent. Because he was playing like very posh, upper class, buffoons, in
real comedy roles,
Blackadder and stuff like that.
Blackadder, that's so brilliant,
isn't it brilliant? Oh yeah, he is awesome in that too, and it's just so unlike the roles he plays now.
It's so versatile.
It's you, Jessie, who's got a bit of a thing about Hugh Laurie, isn't it? I think you actually confess. It is you who's got a bit of a thing about Hugh Laurie, because I think you confessed that to me once. I know.
I can't blame you.
I think he's adorable, and I just love how talented he is, and musically and acting as well. I think he's definitely.
Oh,
he was British. I found out. Yeah, obviously great actor. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeeves and Wooster is what I would start with, because I think that they were the youngest in that one, right? Or was Blackadder first? I'm not sure.
I want to say Blackadder came after.
I don't know.
After?
I could be wrong.
A bit of Brian Laurie, and Blackadder. Those are all really, really good ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with any of them.
Let's see. What do you think of Royalty? I was thinking Diana and The Crown. I loved watching.
Oh, I love watching The Crown. I absolutely loved watching it. Yeah. I love Princess Diana. I'm so sad when she died, so tragically. I think the Queen's done a pretty good job. very good job. Amazing job.
I'm not sure what happened with Biden the other day, but I know that he made a faux pas.
I heard about that, but I haven't looked to see what he actually did. Oh, we'll have to look after this interview. I can't wait. But it's so easy to make a faux pas with the Queen, though, or any type of royalty. There were so many rules.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I mean, just your video about drinking tea properly. There are so many rules for drinking tea.
I know. It's very stressful.
It's so good to have YouTube videos about. So if you do get called to go have tea with royalty, then you know what you're doing.
Yes. Say thank you, Brit Girls.
So do you guys actually have tea here now? Is it 4 o'clock? Is 4 o'clock tea time?
I have tea any time of the day.
Tea, yeah. We don't.
Yeah.
I love afternoon tea. You know, when you have the little
cake
sandwiches and there's cakes and the scones with clotted cream and jam. I would love to have that every day. I would love somebody to bake them for me every day. That would be wonderful. If we ever get rich and famous, that might be what I do actually, employ a baker.
Yes.
That would be fantastic, huh? Let me see. I got lost in the chat here. Let's see. I remember watching. Oh, there it is. Okay. The
young ones, yeah.
I'm not sure what that was. How did your two channels meet? So,
Can't remember.
Us and you, we were introduced through Flour, Eggs, and Yeast.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
And those guys are amazing. They've introduced so many channels to each other and supported so many channels. You know, they are amazing. There's just so giving. And so that is how we met. And then you did Share the Love Sundays.
Yes, I did a long time ago.
Yeah,
you were one of our first.
Yeah, it was really fun and one of my first interviews. So that was really cool. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about YouTube. I'm so grateful for Cam and Teresa about collaborating with me and doing all those and introducing me to people and stuff. But same with you guys. I think that's one of the greatest things about YouTube. And actually, I think Cam and Teresa have introduced me to most of the people that are on the chat too.
Yes.
That's right.
That is what Biden is known for.
Does tea also mean yes? In some parts of the country, it's quite regional, isn't it?
It is regional, yeah, because up north, like, it used to be supper was like the evening meal, but supper's like the meal before bedtime too. So like growing up, I would have dinner at lunchtime and tea would be like what you'd call dinner. And you would have tea about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night. But now it's more lunch and dinner nowadays, isn't it?
I would, my generation, it'd be breakfast, lunch, tea. At least in the Norfolk area.
Yeah, you still call it tea, yeah. And if you're posh, you call it dinner.
Yeah. Well, if you're going out, then you go out to dinner. You don't go out to tea.
No, but often you say we're going out for a meal, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
they're going out
you
for a
don't
meal.
have to designate which one you're going to have.
You can't go wrong with that, yeah.
Yes, Molly makes. I saw your scones in the air fryer video. That's really amazing. That's really cool.
Oh, we'll have to check. I don't know if I've seen that one, Molly. Oh, I'll have to check that out.
They look so good. Yes, Cam and Teresa are wonderful. They've really been a big influence on me, and just watching her dedication to making videos and editing and being very, very consistent.
Yes.
I really like that she's so consistent with everything.
Yes.
They are. Very cool. And so one of my other questions is, What is your favorite scene? This doesn't have anything to do with creativity or YouTube. What's one of your favorite scenes from the IT crowd?
Anytime he says, have you turned it off and on again?
Oh, I was going to say that. That's my favourite bit.
No, I tell you what my favourite scene is. It's when there's a fire in the office and Mus is like, what do I do? And he's like, I'll send an email. I am writing to inform you of a fire in... Oh, no, too formal. Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! I've watched it way too many times. That's my favourite scene.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. It's the best.
Julie, do you have a favorite?
Oh God, I'm terrible at remembering bits from things. I just got a
That's
really
a bit past your time, isn't it? Did you watch the IT crowd?
Oh, I thought you meant it's past my bedtime. You know, but I did watch the IT crowd. Yeah, I did. And now I'm at an absolute loss to actually give give another one, Lucy, on my behalf, and I'll just nod.
What about when Jen's having trouble with her bra and she's wearing an uncomfortable bra and she's like, oh, it's not even giving my breast. Sorry, excuse me. And then she looks around and Mus is just like passed out.
I love that. It's too real, Roy. It's too real.
Oh, I'm so glad that show made it out here. So many people out here love the IT crowd, and rightly so, because it is so good.
Yes, it's a great show. Let's see. Is there nothing like making others through the channels? I understand.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Eleanor elaborates. What do you do? What is your YouTube channel about?
Yes. Anyone who hasn't gone to see Eleanor yet, we recommend her.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, have you guys seen her channel?
Yes. He's also been on Share the
Love. Yeah. I think everyone in the chat has been on Share the Love almost. Not quite everyone, but we'll get there.
Yeah. If you haven't been on Share the Love Sundays and you'd like to, please let us know. And if you want to come on again, Jessie, with your new channel, let us know too.
Yes, I'll do psychic readings for you.
That would be so good. Yes.
Yeah, the Akashic readings are so great. Have you guys ever had an Akashic reading?
No.
Akashic Records are like the history of everything that's ever happened in the universe, and it really goes into like some of your past lives and stuff like that. So some people don't believe that. That's okay, but goes into like I'm finding that it's very helpful for people to know what they've been through in their past lives and what they bring into this life.
Oh, wow.
And what they're trying to heal from, or what skills they're using, because that comes up a lot too, and I think it's fascinating to me. So.
That does sound fascinating.
Can you do that on Share the Love Sunday? That would be amazing and very different.
Sure. Absolutely.
So how do you start it off then? What do you do first of all to get to initiate a reading?
There's actually a prayer that you read, and like ask permission to go into the Akashic Records for that specific person.
Wow. Oh, that is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Oh, no.
What if it's something bad, Jessie? What if it's something bad and then, I don't know, like what if it's like, oh, your YouTube channel is going to fail or something?
No. It's usually it's really good and helpful information.
Oh, so it doesn't say, oh, in the past life you were Hitler or something. It doesn't say.
Never had that come up. I have had some interesting information for people, but it's usually like if that's shown to a person, it's shown to them so that they can heal from it. Oh, and then a lot of times we can do different things, like the spirit guides will say what they need to do to heal from it. So it's really kind of therapeutic. I find.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, we would love that. Oh, how interesting.
Yes.
Okay. We'll get you booked on.
Let's see. Eleanor is a sweet.
Yes.
Good. Jessie can do a psychic reading on Zoom for some reason. I'm just going to have one done. Yes, I can do psychic readings on Zoom. Absolutely. We can do it over the phone, on Zoom, or in person, whichever one works out the best.
Wow.
And don't be scared, because you'll find things that you need to know about, and usually it's not bad stuff.
Right.
So I will visit you after this. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yes, Ava11, thank you so much. Yes, and she does tarot reading. She does great tarot.
Oh,
And,
that's fascinating.
Yeah, beautiful readings, beautiful cards. Let's see. I'm a creator who does a variety of content. I'm really doing my passion lately, cooking, gardening, and music. I'm doing an interview of a musician tomorrow night. Cool. That's awesome.
Right.
Yes.
Very good.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. We watched last week, Eleanor. That was really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you can go onto YouTube and find so many amazing things.
Yes, anything.
Yeah. My favorite story is bought a used truck and wanted to set the clock in the truck. Couldn't figure out how to set the clock, but there was a YouTube video for it.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Isn't it amazing? If there isn't a YouTube video on it, then it must be like something really unimportant, you know.
Yeah, so it's fascinating. Anything else that you guys would like to add to this broadcast?
Gosh. Well, I mean, thank you everyone for coming, first of all.
Yes.
It really does mean a lot. Thank you. And for all your great questions and comments. Gosh, you know when someone says, is there anything you'd like to say? And your mind goes,
Yeah. I'd like to say,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I won't tell you.
That's what I'm always scared of.
Yes, YouTube saved us all from COVID. I think a lot of channels were created during this. So
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful escapism from all the troubles in the world, isn't it? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's so fun to not only watch stuff and what everybody else is doing, but to create it yourself too. I mean, it's like the gamut of emotions, right?
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, from the creating to the recreating a lot of times, and scrapping whatever you were trying to do at first, and then making the decision and putting it out there, and it's kind of amazing. But then you look back on all of it and think, wow, I really did that.
Yeah, it really is. When you look back, you think, wow, we've achieved so much, you know, and learned so much. This whole thing has been an incredible journey of learning. We really knew nothing about YouTube before we started. We hardly ever even watched it. We really had to do a steep learning curve, but we're just so grateful that we, you know, took the plunge and just decided to give it a try. If anyone's watching this and they're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, just do it, you know.
Yeah. Lucy, did you know how to edit before you started this?
A little. I'd done media studies back in high school, so we made like videos and things like that a long time ago, but obviously since then computers and editing software has come on so much, so it's kind of like going back to it, but then relearning all this stuff on top of it as well. And I've done some silly little videos just for fun and, you know, things like that, but this is like really diving in. Like sometimes when I look back at the earlier videos, I think, oh, I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd edited it like that. But I think like that just shows progress. You know, like if you look back on your earlier videos and you were happy with everything, then it's like, well, you haven't really like come on, you know. So it's okay to, you know, look back and think, oh, I can do so much better now.
Hallelujah, I can do better. You're horrible. I haven't taken them down yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh, there's
sometimes
some of
it's
ours that
tempting.
are so cringy. You just wouldn't believe. We watched them the other night. We did a little celebration. We thought
Yeah.
we'll watch some of our own videos on the big TV. Oh my God! And it was
Oh my
cringy.
God.
It was like, oh God, did we really do that? Oh,
No, we thought they were the best thing ever at the time.
Yeah, it's all a learning curve, right?
yeah, it
It's
is.
a learning curve.
Yeah, yeah.
Julie, did you do a lot of writing before you started this?
Not really, not in that sense. I mean, I've always been interested in researching because I've been researching my family history. So I love researching, and I'm very, determined. I like to keep going. So I'm really enjoy discovering new things and learning new things. So, I've been doing it from that perspective. But not really the writing side of it so much. We love to read. We used to work in libraries, so we enjoy the storytelling side of things. And like you said earlier, being creative in so many different ways. Sometimes you just do your 9 to 5, and it might not always be a creative thing you're doing. And I think that being creative in whatever way, floats your boat, is a big thing. It makes you happy.
Yeah, when you're doing something that you can't wait to get back to it, right?
Yeah. You're itching to do, and you get an idea and you can't wait to run with it and do it.
Yeah.
The excitement. Yeah.
I have done a little bit of writing. I script out a lot of my cookie stuff, and I'll script it out and then I'll send it to my mom, and she'll edit it for me. She's very good with that. And it's totally different than what I sent her.
Oh, funny.
She gives a different perspective because she's thinking about, well, if somebody's never made this cookie before, they need more specific directions. And so that's a really good thing for.
That is good.
Yeah. Somebody that knows how to cook and stuff, but wants very specific.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that won't happen, Mom. Yes, let's get together. So nice to find out more about Lisa and Julie.
That is so different. We were just saying we felt quite nervous coming on because you're not in control at all, and I think it's more nerve-wracking being interviewed.
I think it's
People have turned, haven't they?
Yes, they have, Jessie. But I have to say, and I mean it genuinely, it's been a really lovely, pleasant, enjoyable experience, and because you're just so relaxed, and everyone in the chat tuning in, it's been really fun, and not scary at all.
No.
Good. I don't have that bright light shining in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interrogation, not interview.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different. Yes, let's all go to England. I want to. I've been wanting to for a long time.
Well, we'd love to show you all around. That would be so much fun.
That would be so fun.
Cool.
I think the city or the little town where I can't think of the name now. The one about the woman that was a pastor.
The Vicar of Dibley.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I want to go. I want to go to that little town.
Oh, that's yeah.
So I can't remember where it was set.
Oh gosh, I'll know as soon as we come off the air. I can't remember. Dibley. Well, you mean the real place it was set?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I just love it. It looks so peaceful. It looks so peaceful.
Yeah. Those types of places are lovely to visit and just get away for a bit.
Yeah.
So I would love to know your opinion on the British Bake Off. Have you seen it?
Oh, I love the British Bake Off. I binge watch it. Yeah.
I've watched them all, and me and my husband thinking of watching them again because we love them.
I never watched it, and I need to watch it.
What's that? It's just, sorry, I just said the sense of humor. It's so funny as well, and all those poor people, putting them through all, they come up with these amazing creations. I mean, they're incredible, aren't they?
Yeah, considering they're all amateur bakers.
Yeah.
You know, none of them are professionals.
Yeah.
And they do such incredible stuff. And you think, oh my gosh, you know, it's just incredible the stuff that they know. And some of the challenges are so difficult. But there is always a great sense of humor about it as well.
Yeah.
That sounds neat. I've watched a lot of Chopped, and I learned about so many different ingredients that I never knew existed. So that's probably the same with the British Bake Off.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, I don't know anything about baking, so I definitely learned some stuff.
So vanilla is all new to you, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yes, I'm being interviewed. I'm excited for an upcoming interview in July. Cool.
Oh.
Since my sister showed it to me, I watch those and I get so inspired. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd love it, yeah.
What do you think of Paul Hollywood? It seems like a jerk. I've watched all the shows. Is that really on British Bake?
I think it's fun because they take the
character.
I think he's playing a bit of a character. I think,
you know, he's like the Simon Cowell judge. He's that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that is like his real personality and how much he's playing a role. I mean, he probably is a bit like that, but he's probably also casting it because he's able to be that. But I think he also is quite funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh yeah,
So
let us know what you think. Mm-hmm.
What's that?
I said, sorry, I just said let us know what you think.
Oh, okay, okay. Is there really one particular thing that you guys would like people to know about Britain?
I think just how diverse it is. I sometimes think this isn't just like America or like anything like that. This is like the world, you know, like there's these stereotypes about Britain that we all do this one thing, but there is so many different places with their own little subcultures, and it's so interesting to visit these little towns that do things in their own way. I think, I'd like people to know just the variety, if they ever visit, of things that they can do in quite a comparatively small country.
Yeah, I think that we probably don't realize that it's so diverse because it's so small, right? I mean, you think that there's so many people in such a small area that they're probably very similar, but
no, it's very different, you know, from the south to the north, east to the west. It's very different, and in the middle, I mean, you know, for such a small area, you know, geographically as well as, you know, the culture of the people, very different wherever you go. So,
and of course, like you've got England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland that all have their own history as well, and their own, you know, language and, you know, songs and folklore and all of that stuff. So, you know, you can visit the 4 places and you can learn so many things about that own specific place and its own history.
My mom did her ancestry and found out that she's 30% Irish, and so I think I told you that before, that now I know for sure that I'm a tiny leprechaun, because I always thought that I was. And my husband, a friend doing genealogy, was researching his name and found that a lot of his family was around Wales. And they weren't royalty, but they were like near royalty, like earls and deans and stuff like that. And so he said that I'm a peasant and that I'm banished from his kingdom.
Do we have to curtsy if we meet them?
Yeah.
Do we have to curtsy?
Yeah, exactly. So whatever he wants to believe is fine with me. So if that helps him out, let's see. Okay, so we got through that. Let me see. I got lost again. And okay, I think we're at this one. After trust students, really inspiring. I love watching the kids cook. They're just so great.
I know.
I've seen them on other shows, not on British Bake Off, but I'll have to watch that. When you're going to England, we can buy her. Yes.
That would be great.
Cool. So fast. Oh, that's my husband.
Just accept it.
The Lord speaketh.
Well, I'm a magical leprechaun. So.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Molly, you're from Belfast?
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Cool. All right. Well, we're just gone over an hour a little bit. So, yes, Molly, he's a funny man. Thank you guys so much for being here. And again, my sincerest congratulations to getting to the 1,000 subscribers. I think that that's well deserved. So,
thank you so much. Thank you. That really does mean a lot.
Yes, and maybe we can get together sometime since we're both in Arizona. Since we're all in Arizona, we'll have to do a little meetup.
That would be
we
wonderful.
definitely should. That would be great.
Sometime when I can drive into Phoenix with my tires won't melt. Right?
Yeah,
I know.
Yes. Well, you guys have a great evening. Thank you again, and we'll be watching.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us on,
Yes.
Jessie.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.